doctor and buy their drugs? You don't have to cooperate. There is a solution. Inner Health Botanicals, a company that my wife and I just love, have been providing products for the last 5 years that give you the perfect solution to this madness. Try their Inner Food with 20 organic ingredients full of dense nutrition that gives you the energy you need and will keep you well. It even won the award for Best Superfood of 2009 from our friend Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I love their NutriCafe. Great organic coffee infused with herbal extracts to boost your immune system. Try all of their truly honest products that will keep you alive and healthy. Go to ENERFOOD.com or give them a call right now, 866-762-9238. Click on their banner at Infowars.com to see all the available discounts.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
I'm looking at a headline from PrisonPlanet.com. Youth Corps in action as Explorer Scouts take to the streets. Policing Christmas parade. Squad stands at attention with lowly green shirts sent to the back of the line. And remember the New York Times showing that Explorer Scouts were training to take on disgruntled veterans and confiscate their guns. I tell you, this country is just completely imploding. Absolutely imploding. The whole world is just sliding into tyranny right now. It's just horrible. PJ, finishing up with the point you wanted to make from the UK.
Just briefly, again, thank you for Monckton on that program. That was standing right. I hope you repeat that as your main broadcast this week. But you mentioned Nigel Farage. I worked with Nigel Farage for years. His short, sharp attacks on Blair and Brown, there's about 20 videos on YouTube, are the biggest laceration you'll see ever, one politician against another. They're outstanding, and he's a fantastic orator. I'm sure he'll come on your program at short notice. So,
we contacted him, and maybe it's not getting to the right place. We'll put you on hold and get... maybe if you have his number or the best way for us to contact him. I've been wanting to get him on for weeks. Nigel Farage with the British Independence Party. Craig, did you have any luck with Nigel Farage? Did we have any luck getting him on? Or did he contact us back? Fantastic. Okay, well, we'll get that information, PJ. Thank you. We'll put you on hold. No, that's definitely somebody fighting the New World Order there. Mark in Oregon. Mark, you're on the air.
Morning, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Alex, I have to second Solomon there, your first caller, I think. As far as God's protecting you, like 24/7. I know that he is number one because you're one of the foremost truth tellers on a global level on this planet. You're very important to him. He's using you as a tool, and I think you realize that. And he's going to protect you because you've prayed for yourself and you have other people praying for you, and because he would protect you anyway because he made you to be in the role that you're in, and he's not going to let evil have the upper hand on you, because if God hadn't been protecting you, Alex, you wouldn't even have gotten near this far. And I know it's hard to see it when these dark birds come circling down close around you and you can see them, but they're doing it just for that reason, to scare you and put fear in you. But they can't do anything to you now for their own reasons. But as I mentioned to you before, it just happens to be the way that God protects you is the whole situation in total relative to them. It's not the right time, and it never will be the right time. But God will let you know if there's ever a time to flee for your safety. And you just pray for him to do that for you, and he will do that, and you can take heart in that, and you can live on from the present to the future in this tremendous role that you've done.
What the New World Order is trying to do to Alex Jones is lie about me, destroy my name from the mainstream media, the alternative media, take what I've said and done out of context. But it doesn't matter because I'm just getting the info out for the people to stand up and be leaders in their own right. And so that's what we're doing. But, when I see the Denver police in the Denver Post admitting they dressed up like anarchists and attacked other officers to demonize the peaceful protest so they could attack peaceful people. And when I see it in Seattle, and I see it in Genoa, Italy, and I see it at the G20 when they killed a guy just delivering newspapers and then lied about it, and when I see at the SPP meeting last year, police caught dressed up like anarchists attacking other officers, how do they get the police to be so evil and to carry out false flag attacks? I mean, it's in the Denver Post that police dressed up like anarchists and attacked other police for news cameras. It's in the Seattle Post-Intelligencer that happened in 99 and they hired anarchists they brought in. It was in the major Canadian papers that the police dressed up like anarchists and the people noticed their boots were all the same and that the police staged their arrest, and then the Royal Mounted Police had to admit they staged that. And to just know that they're staging events, provocateuring events, setting people up, lying about it. I mean, I remember just a few years ago, Texas Monthly, who's here, by the way, and the reporter that I interviewed, where an informant went and set up 50-something innocent people just to put them in a private prison and made up that they had drugs. And in Dallas, the police admittedly just pull you over, throw a bag of chalk in your car, and confiscate it. And those are just cases that are happening right around me. I mean, how did they ever get the government so criminal? How did they ever get so many people to be part of the government and to go out and commit these type of crimes? I mean, these were like old black people in Tulia, Texas, in many cases with no criminal record, who'd done nothing wrong, and they just put them in the local prison. They built the prison in Tulia. They had to put somebody in it, so they just set them up. And, to see the way these informants set up the two young anarchists from Austin to try to firebomb up in Minnesota. Same deal. I appreciate your call, Mark. Let's talk to Jim in New York. Jim, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Alex. As is my habit, every day I go through Infowars.com to get my news. And there's an article, I don't know if you got a chance to look at the cap and traders, Goldman Sachs, and Enron scam. And the woman in the YouTube, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, she seems to have part of it right, in my opinion, but then she goes on to say how carbon dioxide is poison, blah, 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 in the YouTube. And my fear is that people that are new to the site, that haven't followed this, might, you may want to look at it. I don't know who posted it, but in any event, they may get the wrong idea, because I know your position. I went to school. I learned that carbon dioxide, you needed this for plants, and it's all baloney, whether it be, this whole thing is just one big scam, whether it be health insurance, the industrial military complex in Afghanistan, or this global warming. They're putting money in their pockets, as you aptly say, a bunch of gangsters, and they use different pretexts to do it. But I wouldn't want anybody be misled.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video we're talking about. We post hundreds of things a day on InfoWars, on Prison Planet, links to articles, links to videos. So I haven't seen it, and I can't comment. We post a lot of stuff on there we don't even agree with. When Ban Ki-moon wrote an editorial for the New York Times, the Secretary General of the UN, 3 weeks ago, calling for global government and saying that the carbon tax would fund the establishment of world government, I linked to that article. It doesn't mean I agree with Ban Ki-moon. I'm against global government. At the same time, we linked to Herman Van Rompuy, the new head of the EU, saying carbon tax is the key to the world government. And we don't agree with him, but I haven't seen this video, but I'll check into it. Anything else, Jim?
Yes, just quickly. You have, things posted by Paul Watson. When I see that, I know it's good. That it's not something out of the mainstream, This thing is, so iffy. You take a look at it and see for yourself what your opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But she goes on to say, Annie Lynn, the name is, and she goes on to say about this business about, the carbon dioxide and how dangerous. She just doesn't agree with the cap and trade approach with Goldman Sachs and Enron, which is all good.
No, I hear you, Jim. I'll look into it. I appreciate the call. Kathy in Indiana. Kathy, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Yes, I just wanted to make a comment on Climate Gate. And I noticed she was talking about climate control. It's not climate control, it's Climate Gate. And what they do is they take sales through there, and they mask the sales with a bunch of information about molecules. And it goes through a publishing company. It's like Book Surge, and it's like Jennifer Mueller. And she does a lot of things like that, but they steal millions of dollars, and they manipulate all this stuff, and it goes with all the other stuff you guys are talking about. And it goes against Jesus. And I know that the Lord told me how much they hurt him, and he told me that they've done